everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be throwing it back with the first ever recipe for mac and cheese. That's right, Cacio Pepe. So today we're going to be using about a cup of pecorino romano as well as a half cup of good Parmigiano Reggiano. You could technically go with all Parmesan here, but the pecorino adds a great nuttiness, so try to get some. It'll be worth it. That's going to be followed up with some whole black peppercorns, which we're going to toast here in a second, and of course, the pasta. And for this recipe, we're going to be using Bucatini, which is a cool little noodle because it's actually hollow through the middle, which I'm struggling to show you right now. And for basics, that's pretty much it. I mean, Cacio Pepe literally just means cheese and peppers, so yeah, not that much to it. I am going to be adding a couple extras to spice things up a bit, but you can do whatever you want with yours. So to get things started, let's get our heavily salted water boiling for the pasta. And while that's heating up, we're going to toast our peppercorns. All we do here is put our pepper in a dry pan on medium-high heat and kind of toss that around until you notice it getting fragrant. That's going to take about 5-ish minutes. When you're done, just load that into your pepper grinder and put it aside for later. When we get our pasta going, things happen pretty fast, so let's get our extras done in advance. Starting here with crisping up our prosciutto in a lightly oiled pan on medium heat. This is also going to take around 5 minutes. Transfer that over to a paper towel to dry it, and we're going to save that for later. Now, moving on, we're going to toss our arugula with a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, and some balsamic vinegar. Try to use some good balsamic here because that's going to be one of the only things cutting through all the fat of the dish, and it does a lot to freshen it up. So toss that up and let's head back to the stove, where by now your water should be boiling. Throw that pasta in there and turn it until it's all in the water. We want it to cook evenly so it's no noodle left behind here. When your pasta is getting close to al dente, crack a ton of pepper into a dry pan on medium heat. And I'm not kidding, like a lot of pepper. Remember that name we talked about, the pepper part? Yeah, so don't be afraid to get that arm workout. We're also going to throw our cheeses into a mixing bowl and add about a cup of that pasta water. Stir that up until it's combined, and this is going to pretty much act as our sauce for the pasta. Now, when your pasta is done, transfer it over your pan with a couple cups of that pasta water. You want to make sure to spill about half of it and get your kitchen as unnecessarily dirty as possible because that's going to be the theme for the day. But once all of your pasta is transferred over, we're going to continue to cook it in this pepper water until it's done. If you run out of water, don't be afraid to add some more, but be careful not to overcook the pasta. This is also a great time to practice your pasta flips because, you know, the theme. When your pasta is just about done, cut the heat and add your cheese mix. Start stirring this vigorously so you make a nice emulsion. Fancy words, but you're just combining your ingredients. If your pan is too hot or the burner is still on, your cheese may get stringy, so be careful with that. That's where this dish can get a little technical. It's as simple as it gets ingredients-wise, but there is still a little bit of skill involved if you want this to turn out as good as it can be. Once you're happy with how thick and creamy that sauce is, it's time to plate it up with our other ingredients. Make sure you get that fancy pasta twist in there so people know you mean business. And one more just for good measure. Don't forget about that sauce you just worked hard on, and voila, Roman mac and cheese. Top it off with some of your favorite ingredients. For me, that's arugula and prosciutto, or don't. This is easily good enough to stand on its own. But I rarely miss a chance to put cured meats on anything. When you do finally dive into this silky, creamy pasta, you're going to be met with incredible flavor from the cheese and toasted pepper in a sauce that you would never think was possible from 4 simple ingredients. It really is a recipe that should be in everyone's wheelhouse and is a showstopper for anyone you may cook it for. So get out there, get cooking, and enjoy.